Hi, Men's Health.
Hey, Men's Health. Welcome to our humble abode. Come in.
Zuko, what are you doing here? We can stop Tina from becoming president.
Okay, preparing for Zuko on Heart of the Hunter was waking up 4:30, maybe past 4, depending how hectic it was the day before. Hit the gym 5 a.m., do about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Hit the sauna and get home around 6, 6:30. Meditate. I would make some breakfast. Typically would be like maybe 4 5-boiled eggs, half an avo, and get into my scripts, get into my work, nap around 10 for an hour, get up, maybe go to training, do stunts training with the guys for about 4 hours. At around 6, go back to the gym, do another maybe hour, and then get home, make some dinner, read my scripts again, and then go to bed at around 8:30, 9 p.m. And some days would be just shuffle between either rehearsals or meeting up with the director or the filmmakers. Dude, the locations. Heart of the Hunter for me was part filming and working, but it was also experiencing South Africa or the Western Cape, you know. We went to parts I had never been before, things you'd see out of magazines. I think there was a place called Red Mountain in the Karoo. It was this crazy mountain where the sun sets and it hits the mountain and it turns red, you know, and you have a red mountain for about 10 minutes. It was just stunning. I mean, the Karoo was just amazing. When we stayed in Cape Town, right on the beach, it was just like, wow, this country is quite beautiful. What drew me to the character of Zuko Khumalo? I think firstly, he's quite a tricky character in terms of like he's where he's at in his life, you know. He's at a place where he's left the life, but it's pulling him back. And I think for me, I really gravitated to that idea of being a man, a young man, trying to make the right choices. You could easily get pulled back into a life that you're trying to escape from. Be it your own complacency, be it your vices or whatever it is, right? It's really hard when you get tested or when that thing kind of, the new life you've built gets threatened, and seeing how far you can go. And he's a family man. Zuko at heart is a family man. He loves his family, he loves his wife. I mean, there's the idea of black love. There's ideas of a black family structure, mom and dad and the kid, you know, and the idea of black people thriving through circumstance. I mean, Zuko and Maleme aren't rich by any means, but there's love, you know. So I think it's themes like that that will make us kind of appreciate our circumstances, appreciate the beauty or the love that lives in our home. And in terms of the genre, I mean, it's a political thriller. So those themes, I believe, for me are quite universal, you know, in terms of any political landscape. But if anything, since it's a South African book adapted into a South African film on a global platform, there's hints, I think, that the South African political landscape can look at and understand that we're not to be fooled as the normal people. We're watching. We know what's going on. I think firstly, fitness is everything when it comes to being an actor. I think being an actor is being an athlete, because the days are long, the work is demanding. Whether it's an action movie or not, I think you always have to be in good shape. But for Zuko, it was more so because it was very stunt heavy. There was a lot of action sequences, fighting sequences. So yeah, we trained for about 6 weeks with the stunt team. And I had been training for about 2 or 3 months before joining them. Yeah.
We used to go to the gym, as he said, prior, like, so 3 months prior, we used to go to the gym like very early in the morning. So we used to have like 4 o'clock sessions. The gym wasn't so far from us, so we used to go to the gym, and then he gyms by his section, and then there's like the ladies section that I would go to.
Yeah, it's gym every day.
Yeah.
Gym every day. I also wanted Zuko to look a particular way aesthetically, so there were some focus points: his shoulders, biceps, chest, obviously abs. So that kind of were key things that I wanted to get right. So I would focus mostly on those, and then once a week, I would do cardio, just a full cardio day to burn calories and to get slightly leaner. And yeah, nutrition as well played a big part. Eating healthy.
Yeah.
I was on a vegetarian diet then. Not still am, but I'm back on a vegetarian diet this year. And that I found that helps with the calorie count. Yeah. So for Zuko, it was being on a deficit for about 2 months, but 1,000 to 2,000 calorie deficit. Chest, arms, biceps, lift heavy. The sequences, it looks like a fight on camera, but it's actually a dance. So you're dancing with the other guy, when he steps here, you're stepping there, and you're kind of helping each other and selling the performance. But it's more of a choreography than going crazy and punching each other. So you had to look out for each other's safety, which was a big thing, and just learning the stunts, the imaginary way of doing it, punching past the face and not on the face, and clever camera angles really help you sell that performance. I remember I had an injury while we were training.
Yes.
I was out for like a week because I fell on my back, and this back muscle here was out for a while, and that was from being thrown down, So there's particular ways you got to learn how to land your falls. So yeah, it was challenging, man. It was challenging, but we got through.
I could only do it for so long, especially because he was on a calorie deficit and I needed to count calories, and I couldn't do all of that. So we managed to get a company that has food preps. So he bought all his food from there, and we just have to freeze it and defrost it in the morning. And then I think the most heaviest was when he had the injury, of course, because he can't go training, he can't do all of those things. We have to go to physio like at least twice a week. Actually, he did it more than twice a week because you were out for like a week.
Yeah.
So sorry about that. So he was out for like a week and needed to do physio and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess emotional support was great.
I think the biggest challenge for me was maintaining, especially once you start shooting, because I've often found that my process prepping the character is different to the process while I'm shooting the character. So when I'm still prepping the character, I've got the luxury of like not really doing anything, right? So I wake up, I go to the gym, I do like 2 hours at the gym, I come back, I rest or I sleep or I read a script. And the fasting, it's easier when you're at home. But as soon as you get on set and then there's breakfast for everyone and you're actually burning calories by standing, waiting, running, walking, or whatever you're doing, standing under lights, you're obviously heating up, you're sweating more. So it was tough. So I had to find a new diet or a new balance to maintain the same shape and body that I had when I wasn't working, or when we weren't shooting, and when we started shooting, I had to try and maintain that as much as I can. So maintenance was the toughest.
7 a.m.
7 p.m.
Imitandas.
Lil Baby, anything but Lil Baby.
Spinning. I can't.
I love working out.
Just entirely.
Yeah, maybe abs. I dread abs more. Nay. Dumbbells.
Kettle.
Dumbbells for me. On the great outdoors for me.
Treadmill for me.
Connie Ferguson.
Me too.
Done.
Okay, I for one could not count all the calories and keep up with how many he takes in and what he doesn't take out. So we opted to have a meal prep, buy it like a certain diet. He was vegetarian at that time, so still is. Still is. And then so what happened was we ordered the food, and we used to have like monthly orders, freeze them, and defrost them in the morning for what he needs to have that day.
Donuts, I used to eat a lot of donuts. But the trick is to eat clean and then reward yourself.
Reward yourself. Yeah. Firstly, we have to start with watermelons.
Yeah.
Watermelons are really important. At some point, he also did like a watermelon diet where he just eats or drinks the watermelon. So watermelon is definitely a number one.
Yeah.
Apples.
Apples are great. Sometimes you can have just apple for the day.
Yeah.
Strawberries are nice for your water. If you like fasting, you can put them in your water, intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
Tomatoes, these are great. Always a must-have.
Yeah. The
Fruits,
pineapple, especially for smoothies.
Yeah. I mean, fruits and veggies is like a great point to start. Doesn't really matter which fruits or what you're having. Carrots, baby carrots for snacking during the day. These with nuts go a really long way.
Yeah.
And for smoothies, you can have apple and pear smoothie.
Yeah.
If you want, get your fat, get your sugar there, and obviously pineapple. These are the fruits.
Yeah. What we have in this bag, we've got some sweet corn.
Yeah, some sweet corn. You can chop these up to snack on during the day. Mushrooms are great, very versatile.
Peppers for your salads.
Peppers, salads, parsley.
Everything goes on. Everything.
And you top it off with everything. And then
some people don't like drinking water, so cucumber makes it interesting. Just like dice it up, put it in your water.
Yeah.
And
so I usually I'll have like a 2-liter bottle of water that I put like strawberries and cucumber.
Yeah.
And then that's a nice infused water.
Nice little snack.
Kiwis. I actually don't eat kiwis.
You don't, yeah, I do.
Yeah. You'd know what it takes, and we had to eat like this to achieve the goal that we wanted to achieve. Nutritious snack, nuts, almonds. I mean, you can get a nut mix, almonds, macadamians.
Just to make it nice and interesting for me, I still like to have cranberries, so dried cranberries with nuts.
Yeah. And dates kind of give you a natural sugar. It's like called nature's nectar.
Yeah.
So dates are really nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, now we're gonna make our lunch, post-workout lunch. I need you to get out, right, while we're cooking. So, I mean, in order to play another person honestly, truthfully. You have to embody kind of all of their elements. Thank you.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
got y'all some snacks.
Thank you. Self-awareness, mindfulness, meditation, yoga. Those are kind of the things I do to stay centered, stay balanced. I've never had, let's say, yeah, I can't say I've never had. I've once experienced the dangers of not being centered and kind of letting roles, have you emotionally or mentally. And I don't think it's a great space to operate from. So I think it's very important. Well, Zuko had a much more, I think, quantifiable, kind of quantifiable things going on in his life. What's really happening with Zuko is not really psychological. I think it's more emotional. He's not dealing with any mental health. He's not a serial killer, because then I kind of then have to go into the mindset of a serial killer. I think he's a good guy who his things get threatened. His peace gets threatened, and then he gets pushed into a certain place. So I could ask you the same way, dude. What if you got home and a bunch of strangers are in your house, and they're telling you don't live here anymore? You would fight. You would fight for your things. So I think Zuko was honestly someone who was more centered in truth and in who he is and what he wants. And the story then kind of tried to take that away from him. So yeah, not too much. I think the mental toll really for me was the process, the preparation, the fasting, the eating, the working out. I don't think everyone likes to work out 6. I mean, there's guys who do it. I'm not naturally that guy, right? Working out 6 days a week, twice a day, eating fruits and veggies. It's tough. And shooting for 9 weeks, every day. Doing stunts, jumping off things, falling off things, being in the Karoo. And also, as much as we had time on this production, time is still a luxury on any production. So as much as we had time, it was still like, guys, we have to get this going, right? You could arrive at a location, we're trying to do a sunset shot, it's like, we gotta go. So there's also those time constraints that can be stressful. But as for the character, not so much. I enjoy playing Zuko.
It's so crazy. I think I even have this on one of my YouTube episodes. So I would maybe run him a bath, let him unwind. Then when we usually would put face masks on, because our faces are very important, because we need to look good for the camera most of the time. And sometimes we'd take beach walks, because the beach was just literally there, or would sit in the balcony and just look at the sunsets right by the beach. So, and sometimes we'd take walks, go to Table Mountain, Lion's Head, or whatever. So it's really peaceful in Cape Town, guys.
Sure. I would say first, protect your heart, because we navigate with our heart. Our hearts are our compass as actors. It's your metric for honesty, right? So whether it's the thing you use on set, let me say that. You use your heart. I mean, yeah, you got to hit your marks, your lines, which all kind of sounds logical, but it's really an emotional job. So protect your heart. Meditate as often as you can, center yourself as often as you can, and take care of your mental health. I think that's the best advice I can give.
As well as exercise as well.
Exercise, 100%. Exercise.
Yeah. also because even your training as an actor starts with getting your physical
100%,
straight as your mental as well, because you use your body. And most of the time we're not like soccer stars where if you are benched there's moments where you go to the side there and keep warming up. Sometimes you sit as an actor and not get work for such a long time, but your body needs to be ready, because tomorrow you might book a job that wants you to do fight scenes or whatever, and you need to remember that you did this like 2 years ago, so you must do it also now. So it's very important.
Exercise, eat good, meditate, and it's a nice symbiosis between all those things that keeps you sharp and ready. Life
and love
and and my daughter.
Of course. Yes.
My beautiful wife. Yeah, and the life we get to live.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool to have been a young actor in a certain chapter of my life, and now being like an actor, and realizing there's, not that it's not glamorous or wasn't worth it, but it's like dreams are possible, like now I'm almost like there's more to life than just acting. There's family, there's life, there's traveling, there's at one point I was very single-minded about something, but dreams come true. Grateful. Thank you.
Thank you for coming over, guys.
Do you want some snacks?
You guys
before
must nibble.
Have
Nibble,
a carrot
have something
and
before
bounce.
you go.
Hey, this is Bonko Khoza. I play the character of Zuko on Heart of the Hunter on Netflix, streaming now. Go check it out.